So when you talk,
You turn it on when you speak?
Okay, folks, I will call this meeting to order at 6:07. Clerk Ammons, would you please swear in our new board members?
I will say I, and each one of you will say your own name. And when we get to the position where you can say solemnly swear or affirm, whichever one works best for you. All right? All right. I, Samantha Carter, having been elected to the position of county board member in the state of Illinois, in the county of Champaign aforesaid, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States discharge the duties of the position of county board member to the best of my ability. Congratulations to you all. Will you please sign those and give them back to me, and then I'll take them up to the committee.
Thank you, Clerk Ammons. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Carter.
Here.
Cowart. Esri.
Here.
Furtado.
Here.
Goss.
Here.
Hanauer Friedman.
Here.
Harper.
Here.
Ingram.
Here.
Locke. Lockshin.
Here.
Michaels. Patterson.
Here.
Rodriguez.
Here.
Rogers.
Here.
Sexton. Storr.
Present.
Straub.
Here.
Taylor.
Here.
Thorsland.
Here.
Benich Thiernot.
Here finally.
Williams.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
We have a quorum. Can the executive get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Ingram.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. Will the clerk read the notice of the meeting, please?
Wait, I have a comment. Can we add in public participation?
Oh, I'm sorry. Got a motion to add public participation. Okay, add that as 5A. Got a second by Thorsland. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you for catching that. Okay. Motion to approve the agenda, please. Okay, I'm sorry. Got the notice of the meeting, public comment. Oh, my apologies, folks. This is my first meeting. Please give me a break. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right. Now, will the clerk read the notice of the meeting?
Notice is hereby given that an organizational meeting of the County Board, Champaign County, Illinois, will convene on December 5th, 2022, 6 p.m. in the Shields Carter Meeting Room, Brookins Administrative Center, 1776 East Washington Street, Urbana, Illinois, in said county for the purpose of swearing in county board members and conducting official business.
Okay, we are in the public comment section. I believe we just have one, Ms. Jenny Putman.
Just what we need is one more Jennifer in the room, eh? Jennifer Putman of Urbana, Illinois. I am getting to be so old, 74, and it's getting to be so long since I was in your seats as a county board member. You're probably going to say, oh, what is she going to talk about? Back in the day, I am going to talk about back in the day when I was a county board member, when I was first elected. Democrats were the minority. There were so few Democrats. Lorraine will remember this. At one point, there were 6 Democrats and 21 Republicans. So what do you do when you're a Republican? When you're when you're in the minority? I'm sorry, that was really a slip of the tongue. You make common cause, you build relationships, and you serve the people of Champaign County, and that's what we did. Lorraine, Susan McGrath, Tom Betts, Lloyd Carter, we built up, and eventually we're no longer in the minority. But I do know what it's like to be in the minority, and I thank you very much for your service. And really, I'm here to say thank you to everyone who has just taken the oath of office for 2 or for 4 years. And thank you to your families. Families, thank you. You are the people who supported and sacrificed so that your family members could be here taking the oath of office tonight. Just on December 1st, I had the privilege of being in the courthouse and witnessed Sheriff Dustin take the oath of office with his mother, his grandmother, and his husband, Tony. And I saw Steve Summers take the oath of office with his son, Brian, with his wife, Janet, and with Janet's sister. When Clerk Ammons took the office, his family was there. Thank you to the families. And thank you also to the people who did not succeed in their electoral aspirations. I am so grateful to people like Jim McGuire, who on the day that it became clear what the election outcome was, he phoned in to the call-in show, Penny for Your Thoughts. He wasn't bitter. He said, thank you for the honor of the privilege of having been able to serve you in the Champaign County Board. And I want to thank everyone who took out nominating petitions, who went through the primary and the general. Not everyone succeeded, but in our county, everyone was graceful, and I'm so grateful to you for that, and to the people who are not here tonight taking the oath of office. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay. In our packets, there's information regarding nominations to the MLK celebration. Dr. Storr, did you want to address this?
Thank you, County Executive Summers. I have two communications. One is to remind everyone that we are seeking nominations. The Martin Luther King Jr. Countywide Celebration is seeking nominations for 3 community awards. The James R. Burgess Jr. Susan Freiberg Humanitarian Award, honoring efforts of individuals who contribute to the basic human dignity of those in need. The Doris Hoskins prestigious Community Service Award, honoring individuals who engage in improving the well-being of Champaign County. And the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Outstanding Achievement Award, honoring individuals or organizations that work for social justice in the spirit of Dr. King. The nominations can be made online. I have forms that you can use, and through December 18th. The second announcement is that the helicopter finally arrived, and it is they're actively collecting helicopter transient electromagnetic geophysical data over the northern part of Champaign County, working their way to the south, and we will have a new media day on Wednesday, December 7th at Frasca at 11 o'clock. I hope those of you who can will attend to take a look at this really sophisticated, remarkable technology and meet the distinguished scientists and engineers who are going to be doing the processing and work to help us learn more about the sole source aquifer that serves many of us in Champaign County and throughout East Central Illinois. Chair Summers.
Thank you. Okay, at this point, I'm going to open the floor to nominations for the selection of chair. Stephanie,
I'd like to nominate Kyle Patterson.
thank you. Diane,
I'd like to nominate Stan Harper.
thank you. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, each nominee will get 2 minutes to speak. Mr. Harper.
I don't need 2 minutes, Steve. It's an honor to be considered. I'm here to help the county out any way I can. I'm starting my 11th year here. I've spent the last 42 years on boards in all different levels. If the board so did so selects me, I'd be honored and would do the best job I could. Thank you, though.
Thank you, Stan. Mr. Patterson.
First, I want to thank my caucus for once again putting faith in me to be the county board chair. I was first sworn into the county board exactly 6 years ago today, and I would have never imagined just 6 years later I would be completing my first term as board chair. I'm deeply humbled and grateful for your support. In my time at the county board, I've heard a lot of talk by the talkers out there in the community saying the county board is dysfunctional and that the county board doesn't get stuff done. All they do is fight. Well, what I've seen over the past 2 years is a county board that has been immensely productive and proactive. We were the fortunate recipients of $41 million in ARPA funds in 2021, more than any other local government in the county, and we have been the most productive unit of government in allocating those funds into our communities. We have allocated funds to housing, including funding required renovations at the emergency family shelter, and funding the opening of an emergency winter shelter last winter. We allocated millions of dollars towards the expansion of broadband across the county into our rural communities while collaborating with the Farm Bureau and the Housing Authority. We invested funds into community violence, from Crime Stoppers to several community organizations working with young people in our community. We funded utility and rent assistance, and we kept several programs running through the Mental Health Board when there was a surplus of requests to fund. We created small business assistance and created a program for farmers to use cover crops and help the environment. We funded several agencies working in immigrant services, a unique need in Champaign County, and we funded over a dozen much-needed rural water infrastructure projects. We also took on projects that the county board failed to solve for years. We came up with a bipartisan plan to solve our controversial and desperately needed jail facilities issues by creating and funding a safer and more healthy jail facility, something that the county board had failed to do for over 10 years. We also addressed our facilities needs by acquiring the County Plaza building and offering many departments much-needed space to expand, and created a more accessible location for the public to access county services. That's not nothing. We have proven our ability to be successful and deal with these issues facing the county board together as a board. No one individual tackled these issues. We worked together, different members of the board taking on different projects and collaborating with local governments to fit their needs. I'm excited to move forward with our new county executive and see out these plans and make the county a better place than we found it. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, at this point, I'm supposed to ask if anybody wants to withdraw their nominations, and I really don't think anybody's going to withdraw their nominations. So could we please have a roll call vote, and each board member will state the name of the preferred nominee.
Carter.
Kyle Patterson.
Cowart. Esri.
Stan Harper.
Furtado.
Mr. Patterson.
Goss.
Stan Harper.
Hanover Friedman.
Kyle Patterson.
Harper.
Harper.
Ingram.
Patterson.
Locke.
Kyle Patterson.
Lockshin.
Patterson.
Michaels.
Stan Harper.
Patterson.
Patterson.
Rodriguez.
Patterson.
Rogers.
Kyle Patterson.
Storr.
Kyle Patterson.
Straub.
Kyle Patterson.
Taylor.
Patterson.
Thorsland.
Kyle Patterson.
Benich Thiranot.
Kyle Patterson.
Williams.
Kyle E. Patterson.
Wilson.
Stan Harper.
Congratulations, Mr. Patterson. Okay, I'm now going to open the floor to nominations for the selection of vice chair. Do I have nominations? Mr. Ingram.
I'd like to nominate Samantha Carter.
Thank you. Ms. Michaels?
I'd like to nominate Aaron Esri.
Thank you. Are there any other nominees? Each nominee gets 2 minutes to speak. Ms. Carter?
Thank you. I have enjoyed my time here on the county board. I think I would further promote unity amongst this board so we can continue to accomplish great things. I have had the pleasure of working with Mr. Patterson, and if I was to be nominated for the vice chair, I think this would be a great fit. Thank you.
Mr. Esri?
Thanks. Like Mr. Harper, I've been on this board for a fair number of years. I believe about 11 and a half, if not a little over already. If I were to be selected as vice chair, I would do my best to serve the whole county. And should the chair obviously not be available for a meeting, I believe I could run the meeting well. I've been chair of ELEC for several years in the past, so I believe I'd be able to run the meetings efficiently and move us through the agendas. And again, would just hope to serve the committee or county as a whole and move meetings along. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm assuming neither of you want to remove your nominations, so we will go on to a roll call vote. Please state the name of your preferred nominee.
Carter.
Samantha Carter.
Cowart. Esri.
Esri.
Furtado.
Samantha Carter.
Goss.
Aaron Esri.
Hanauer Friedman.
Samantha Carter.
Harper.
Esri.
Ingram.
Carter.
Locke.
Samantha Carter.
Lockshin.
Carter.
Michaels.
Aaron Esri.
Patterson.
Carter?
Rodriguez.
Carter.
Rogers.
Samantha Carter.
Storr.
Samantha Carter.
Straub.
Samantha Carter.
Taylor.
Carter.
Thorsland.
Samantha Carter.
Banish Thirinot.
Carter.
Williams. Carter. Wilson.
Aaron Esri.
Congratulations, Ms. Carter. Okay, moving on. We'll discuss committee structure, incorporate any changes. Are there any changes to committee structure that we'll be pursuing at this time? Mr. Patterson.
I think it's just kind of one of those things we put on there as kind of a routine, but for me personally, I think the committee structure right now works. I think that the COW are all committees that, it's important to have the engagement of all the members. And then for these other sort of specialized one, it allows different smaller groups to, focus on the more sometimes mundane issues. And also kind of creates, I know with ELUC, we a lot of times we have some interaction with the people who are have applications before us. And it's, I think kind of a better environment for that. So that's my take on it, to, leave it as is.
Anyone else? Mr. Esri.
Yeah, when I first got on the board, being appointed, Diane, I know, was on the board too at that time, and Lorraine as well. But when I first got on the board, it was all standing committees, and then we went to 2 committees of the whole, and now then we have 1 committee of the whole, and then the 3 standing committees. And there's pros and cons to all 3 of those setups, I guess you could say. But I think this one really and truly does probably work the best. With the not saying that any of the 3 standing committees aren't important, but I think that it is perfectly okay for those 3 to have the more smaller groups to work out the issues. And if there's a big issue, again, Kyle and I have been at least, both on ELUC, we're all usually pretty agreeable. If there's a bigger issue that needs to come before the full board, we just keep it off the consent agenda, even if all of us in ELUC agreed on it. But then, facilities and finance well, not facilities, finance and policy personnel and justice. I mean, those are bigger issues that, I think it works fine the way it's set up.
Anyone else? Well, hearing none, if we don't have any changes requested, then no new resolution is going to be required. Okay. Moving on to appointments to county board committees.
As you guys know, with every term of the board chairman appoints to our standing committees, which obviously primarily be the three facilities, ELUC and highway, but then we also have labor, litigation. There should be a list in there. And the cleanest way to go about it is to send your caucus chair your request or your caucus's choice for who would be assigned where and the different chair positions, and then for the caucus chairs to get that to me. The hope is to make those appointments at this month's county board, or else in January we don't have committees. That's sort of my take on that. If there's any questions, and if you do have any questions about committees, feel free to reach out to myself or other county board members who have been here.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Ms. Michaels.
Yes, sir. Just really quick, as we're talking about this, the adoption of the new resolution will take place of the old. For some reason, I didn't see if there were any changes. It looked to me like they were exactly the same. Did I miss a nuance that was different between the two? Because it looks like we're to adopt a new resolution superseding the old one.
No, I think we skipped that agenda item because there's nothing to.
Okay.
supersede.
I'm sorry, because I thought we went past it and I didn't. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't make that.
Apologize.
I'm sorry, I didn't make that
Nope,
clear.
I apologize.
Okay. Moving on to liaison appointments. Many of the county's partnering agencies have positions for the county board to be represented on their boards and committees. We have a list of positions and some of their meeting times in the packet, I believe. Any board members interested in serving, please contact me for appointment to these positions. Okay, move on to other business. Can I get a motion for item A, adoption of resolution 2022-268 honoring retiring county board member Jacob Paul?
So moved. Ingram.
Thank you, Ingram. Second? Okay. Mr. Storr, could you read these?
Mr. Summers, I was coached by board member Aaron Ammons, who reminded me that you look very close. It's hard to tell the two of you apart. Board member Aaron Esri, who reminded me that it was customary for the one of the members of the district to read the resolution, and so I think it'd be appropriate for Mr. Goss to read for Jacob Paul. I'll read for Mary King, Stan Harper for Brad Pasalacqua, Diane Michaels for Jody Wolken, Kyle Patterson for Steve Summers, Aaron Esri for Jim McGuire, and I'll read for Darlene Kleppel, if that's agreeable.
Thank you. It has been a while since we've done this, and I do remember that is how we did it in the past. Thank you very much for catching that. All right. Mr. Goss.
Thank you. Resolution number 2022-268. Resolution honoring retiring county board member Jacob Paul. whereas Jacob Paul was sworn in as a Champaign County Board member on December 1st, 2020, and whereas Jacob Paul has served the citizens of Champaign County as a representative of the Champaign County Board District 1 from December 1st, 2020 until November 30th, 2022, and whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board member, Jacob Paul served on the Committee of the Whole for Justice and Social Services, Finance, Policy, Personnel, and Appointments, the Environmental and Land Use Committee from 2020 to 2022, and the Broadband Task Force from 2021 to 2022. And whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board member, Jacob Paul also served in a liaison position as a County Board representative with the County Board of Health and Visit Champaign County from 2020 to 2022. And whereas the Champaign County Board seeks to publicly recognize the commitment and dedication of Jacob Paul, who served the citizens of Champaign County as an elected official over a term of 2 years. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Champaign County Board hereby recognizes the service of Jacob Paul and the benefit that service brought to the county government, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Jacob Paul in recognition of his years of service to the citizens of Champaign County. Presented, adopted, approved, and recorded this 5th day of December, AD 2022.
Thank you. All right. Can I get a motion for item B, which is adoption of resolution 2022-269, honoring retiring county board member Mary King? Oh, can I have a second for that first nomination, please? Thank you, Kyle. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. I really regret that we were not able to do this at our last meeting when the people that had served were present. That simply should not have happened. And I hope I have the opportunity to talk with folks that are not here and let them know that I really deeply appreciated their service and wish they could have been here to be honored publicly. All right. Item B, resolution 2022-269, honoring County Board Member Mary King. Eric Thorsland. Oh, Chris is going to do that one? Okay, go ahead, Chris. She is present.
Yeah.
Okay.
Retired.
Sorry.
Resolution number 2022-269, resolution honoring retiring county board member Ms. Mary King. Whereas Mary King was sworn in as Champaign County board member on December 1st, 2020, and whereas Mary King has served the citizens of Champaign County as a representative of the Champaign County Board District 10 from December 1st, 2020 until November 30th, 2022, and whereas during her tenure as Champaign County Board member, Mary King served on the Committee of the Whole for Justice and Social Services, Finance, Policy, Personnel, and Appointments, and the Environment and Land Use Committee from 2020 to 2022, and whereas during her tenure as Champaign County Board member, Mary King also served in a liaison position as a county board representative to the Community Coalition from 2020 to 2022, and whereas Champaign County Board seeks to publicly recognize the commitment and dedication of Mary King, who served the citizens of Champaign County as an elected official over the term of 2 years. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Champaign County Board hereby recognizes the service of Mary King and the benefit of that service brought to county government, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Ms. Mary King in recognition of her years of service to the citizens of Champaign County. Presented, adopted, approved, and recorded this 5th day of December, Anno Domini 2022.
Let the record reflect that Member Patterson made the original motion on that and Member Thorsland the second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Okay, on to item C, resolution number 2022-270, honoring retiring County Board Member Brad Pasalakwa. Okay, Mr. Harper, thank you.
Second.
Okay. Ready, Billy's due.
All right. Resolution number 2022-270, resolution honoring retiring County Board Member Brad Pasalakwa. Whereas Brad Pasalakwa was sworn in as a Champaign County Board Member on December 1st, 2020, and whereas Brad Pasalakwa has served the citizens of Champaign County as a representative of the Champaign County Board District 4 from December 1st, 2020 until November 30th, 2022. And whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board Member, Brad Pasalakwa served on the Committee of the Whole for Justice and Social Service, Finance, Policy, Personnel, and Appointments, the Highway and Transportation Committee from 2020 through 2022, the Jails Facility Committee in 2021, and the Broadband Task Force from 2021 through 2022. And whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board Member, Brad Pasalakwa also served in a liaison position as a County Board Representative with the Community Action Board in 2022. And whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board Member, Brad Pasalakwa also served in a leadership role as the Assistant Deputy Chair of the Policy, Personnel, and Appointments Committee of the Whole. And whereas the Champaign County Board seeks to publicly recognize the commitment and dedication of Brad Pasalakwa, who served the citizens of Champaign County as an elected official over a term of 2 years. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Champaign County Board hereby recognizes the service of Brad Pasalakwa and the benefit that service brought to the county government, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Brad Pasalakwa in recognition of his years of service to the citizens of Champaign County. Presented, adopted, approved, and recorded this 5th day of December AD 2022.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. All right. Can the executive get a motion for the adoption of Resolution 2022-271 honoring retiring County Board Member Jody Walken?
So moved, Michaels.
Michaels, seconded.
I'll second.
Thank you, Jenny. Diane, could you read the resolution, please?
Yes, sir. Resolution number 2022-271, resolution honoring retiring County Board Member Jody Walken. Whereas Jody Walken was sworn in as a Champaign County Board Member on December 3rd, 2018, and whereas Jody Walken has served the citizens of Champaign County as a representative of the Champaign County Board District 2 from December 3rd, 2018 until November 30th, 2022. And whereas during her tenure as a Champaign County Board Member, Jody Walken served on the Committee of the Whole for the Justice and Social Services, Finance, Policy, Personnel and Appointments, and the County Facilities Committee from 2018 to 2022. And whereas the Champaign County Board seeks to publicly recognize the commitment and dedication of Jody Walken, who served the citizens of Champaign County as an elected official over a term of 4 years. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Champaign County Board hereby recognizes the service of Jody Walken and the benefit that service brought to the county government, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Jody Walken in recognition of her years of service to the citizens of Champaign County. Presented, adopted, approved, and recorded this 5th day of December, AD 2022.
Thank you, Diane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, this will be an awkward one. Can the executive get a motion for adoption of Resolution 2022-273, honoring retiring County Board member Steve Summers. Thank you.
Second, Stroud.
Carter Stroud, thank you.
Resolution number 2022-272, resolution honoring retiring County Board member Steve Summers. Whereas Steve Summers was sworn in as a Champaign County Board member on December 5th, 2016, and whereas Steve Summers has served the citizens of Champaign County as a representative of the Champaign County Board District 9 from December 5th, 2016 until November 30th, 2022, and whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board member, Steve Summers served on the Committee of the Whole for Justice and Social Services, Finance, Policy, Personnel, and Appointments from 2016 to 2022, Highway and Transportation Committee from 2016 to 2018, the County Executive Style of Government Transition Committee in 2018, the County Facilities Committee from 2018 to 2022, and the Labor Committee from 2018 till 2022, and whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board member, Steve Summers also served in a liaison position as a County Board representative with the Regional Planning Commission from 2016 to 2020, and the Labor Management Health Insurance Committee from 2016 to 2022. And whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board member, Steve Summers also served in a leadership role as the Vice Chair of the County Facilities Committee from 2018 to 2020, the Chair of the Labor Committee from 2018 to 2022, the Chair of the County Facilities Committee from 2020 to 2022, and the Vice Chair of the County Board from 2020 to 2022, and whereas the Champaign County Board seeks to publicly recognize the commitment and dedication of Steve Summers, who served the citizens of Champaign County as an elected official over a term of 6 years. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Champaign County Board hereby recognizes the service of Steve Summers and the benefit that service brought to county government, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Steve Summers in recognition of his years of service to the citizens of Champaign County. Presented, adopted, approved, and recorded this 5th day of December, AD 2022.
Excuse me.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you very much. All right, can I get a motion for item F, resolution number 2022-273, honoring retiring County Board member Jim McGuire?
So move. Carter.
Ms. Esri.
Second,
Ms. Esri.
Esri.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and read it if
Thank you,
ready.
Aaron.
Resolution number 2022-273, resolution honoring retiring County Board member Jim McGuire. Whereas Jim McGuire was sworn in as a Champaign County Board member on December 3rd, 2012, and whereas Jim McGuire has served the citizens of Champaign County as a representative of the Champaign County Board District 4 from December 3rd, 2012 until November 30th, 2022, and whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board member, Jim McGuire served on the Committee of the Whole for Justice and Social Services, Finance, Policy, Personnel, and Appointments from 2012 through 2022, Highway and Transportation Committee from 2012 through 2022, the Labor Committee from 2014 through 2022, the County Administrator Evaluation Committee from 2017 through 2018, the County Executive Style of Government Transition Committee in 2018, the Jail Facilities Committee in 2021, and the Community Violence Prevention Task Force in 2022. And whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board member, Jim McGuire also served in a liaison position as a county board representative with the Community Action Board from 2012 through 2020, the County Board of Health from 2014 through 2016, the Crisis Response Planning Committee from 2016 through 2018, the Extension Services Board from 2016 through 2018, the Reentry Council from 2016 through 2022, the Regional Planning Commission from 2016 through 2018, and the CUOTS Policy Committee from 2020 through 2022, and whereas during his tenure as a Champaign County Board member, Jim McGuire also served in a leadership role as the Assistant Deputy Chair of the Justice and Social Services Committee of the Whole from 2014 through 2022, and whereas the Champaign County Board seeks to publicly recognize the commitment and dedication of Jim McGuire, who served the citizens of Champaign County as an elected official over a term of 10 years. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Champaign County Board hereby recognizes the service of Jim McGuire and the benefit that service brought to county government, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Jim McGuire in recognition of his years of service to the citizens of Champaign County. Presented, adopted, approved, and recorded this 5th day of December, AD 2022.
Thank you, Aaron. Yes, go ahead.
To add to that, I do believe, and former Chair Weibel can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he did serve as Chair of Justice and Social Services after the resignation of Robert King from 2017 to 2018.
Jim had a lot of hats. All right, can I get a motion? Excuse me. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Yes, Aaron?
Just before I move on to Darlene, I'd like to just mention, I think most of us know, at least here on the board know, but Ms. King is present in the audience. So along with yourself, I don't know, would a round of applause not be appropriate for the two of you in attendance?
Thank you. All right, can the executive, a motion for item G, that is 2022-274, honoring retiring county executive Darlene Kleppel. Okay, Mr. Goss, Mr. Storr. Mr. Storr, would you read this, please?
Thank you, Chair Summers. Resolution number 2022-274, a resolution honoring retiring county executive Darlene Kleppel. Whereas Darlene Kleppel served the citizens of Champaign County as its first county executive from December 3rd, 2018 until November 30th, 2022, and whereas during her tenure as Champaign County executive, Darlene Kleppel acted as the presiding officer of the Champaign County Board and staffed the various committees, study sessions, and task forces of the board, including the Committee of the Whole, County Facilities, Highway and Transportation, Environment and Land Use, Labor, Litigation, Labor Management, Health Insurance, Strategic Planning, Public Aid Appeals, and Lincoln Legacy, Community Violence Protection Task Force, and Broadband Task Force. And whereas during her tenure as Champaign County Executive, Darlene Kleppel served Champaign County as the Champaign County representative on the Champaign County Consortium Executive Committee, Champaign County Regional Planning Commission Board, Champaign-Urbana Public Health District Board, Local Workforce Investment Area 17th Chief Elected Officials Board, Metropolitan Intergovernmental Council, Willard Airport Advisory Council, Economic Development Council Board, Illinois Central Land Bank Authority Board and Executive Committee, Campus Community Compact for Racial Justice, Regional Emergency Planning Board, Local Emergency Planning Board, MedCAD 9/11 Board, and Champaign County First Coalition. And whereas during her tenure as Champaign County Executive, Darlene Kleppel prepared the annual budget for the county board consideration and provided administrative support for all county's officials with regard to facilities, information technology, human resources, risk management, as well as providing support for departments not under other countywide elected officials, including Supervisor of skipping a group here. During her leadership, a 6-year IT plan was implemented to modernize the county's 40-year-old technology. 8 positions were added to the county staffing schedule. All employees were moved to at least a $15 an hour wage. An employee assistance plan and 407B retirement plan advisor were added to the county's benefit package. Consolidation of the county jails was initiated. County Plaza was purchased to accommodate the relocation of the sheriff's office and other departments. A new financial system was implemented, and the general budget was returned to a healthy balance. And whereas during her tenure as Champaign County Executive, Darlene Kleppel served as the Liquor Commissioner for unincorporated areas of the county, named appointees to various boards and commissions requiring county appointment. And whereas during her tenure as Champaign County Executive, Darlene Kleppel assembled the county's Emergency Operations Policy Committee in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, providing leadership and partnership with the county's municipalities through balanced and comprehensive attention to all issues requiring deliberation and action by elected officials throughout Champaign County for the safety of county residents. In the wake of the pandemic, the Executive Kleppel applied for, on behalf of the county, for an allocated $41 million in federal American Rescue Plan Act funding and coordinated its distribution through contracts according to the county board's plan for eligible projects to mitigate the effects of the pandemic. She assisted other county municipal officials to assess state and federal funding that became available for infrastructure, community services, and reimbursement of expenses incurred as a result of the pandemic, bringing additional resources into the county. And whereas during her tenure as Champaign County Executive, Darlene Kleppel facilitated adoption of new partnerships to stimulate development and improve efficiency of governmental services in Champaign County, including introducing the Commercial PACE program for financing sustainable energy construction, joining the Central Illinois Land Bank Authority for rural property demolition, resale, and rehabilitation, and consolidating many municipal tornado siren systems to save costs of the system management through one contract. And whereas Champaign County Board seeks to publicly recognize the commitment and dedication of Darlene Kleppel, who served the citizens of Champaign County as an elected official, providing stable and measured leadership in the development and implementation of good management of the county's resources and leadership during a time of change to a new form of county governance and during a worldwide pandemic. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Champaign County Board hereby recognizes the service of Darlene Kleppel and the benefit that service brought to the people of Champaign County, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Ms. Darlene Kleppel in recognition of her years of public service and leadership to the citizens of Champaign County, presented, adopted, and approved and recorded this day, 5th day of December, Anno Domini 2022.
Thank you, Dr. Storr. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Is there any other business of the board? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Darlene was not real popular here. Yes, I am, and I'm going to go pick up.
Could you read his T-shirt? Said not all Trump